Hello everyone, welcome back to another one of my videos, and it's another video in this little tiny little series I've got going on, Beginner's Guide to Cubase. I think that's the name I'm going to go with. And yeah, if you've not seen the other videos yet, then go back and check them out. I've started from scratch on how to use Cubase, like how to open the software and how to set up a new project and things, and we've come all the way to how to create an effects track, and that's what this video is going to be about. Before we start, make sure you click that like button and subscribe, and let's get to it. Right, so to add an effects track, we're going to right click on this section again here, and we're going to go to add effect track. And the effect that we want to put on, I'm just going to put an EQ on for now. So select a basic EQ. Let's go for the frequency one again. And we're going to name it EQ Effects. Catchy name. Add track. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to send our instruments to that effects track. And it's basically exactly the same as the group track that we did. So we just click on the E. And instead of using this output here, for like we did with the group track, we're going to use a send. Right, so once you've got your effects channel loaded, we're going to open up the mixer. And we're going to want to link these instruments to the effects channel. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on an instrument that you want to send to the effect, such as this piano. We're going to click the E. And in this window, we're going to add a send. And this is different to inserts because inserts are for effects. So this is where we add effects, and this is where we send the signal that we have for this instrument to somewhere else. So we're going to send it to somewhere else for a bit of extra processing. So let's click on this drop down here, and we're going to send it to the EQ effects. And make sure you activate the send as well by clicking this button here. So that is now going to send this instrument to that effects channel. You can adjust how much you send to it by this fader here, but I'm going to leave that at 0 for now. What else do we want to send? Let's send in the guitar. So click on the E and do exactly the same. Add EQ effects as a send track. And don't forget to activate it. So now the piano and guitar are being sent to this EQ effects. Let's open up that EQ effects. There you can see our EQ, the frequency EQ. I'm going to click on this E. And now we can start messing with the effect. So I'm going to take out all of the bass, just to use this as an example. So the piano and guitar will now have no bass on at all. Let's also do a little bit of a high-end boost as well. So let's try soloing that effects channel. If I click on the E for the guitar channel, if I put this down to like, say -10, you can see it's not sending the guitar as much. So if you just want to send a little bit of the instrument, so let's try unsoloing everything. You can see that guitar isn't being affected by that EQ effect as much. You can also adjust the amount of effect that you want on these channels as well. So that's no effect at all. And that's affecting it quite a bit. So you have a bit of control over like the volume of the effect and stuff. There's also a pre and post fader option. on the sends. So this button here, right next to the activate button, PrePost Fader. The default one, the orange one, is pre-fader. So basically, as we put effects on the chain, it's going to do the effects, and then it's going to send this to the effects channel, no matter what this volume on the fader is. Whereas if you put post fader, it's going to send it after your fader, post fader. So if I set the fader down here, it's going to affect the overall volume of that. I'm going to leave that at pre for now. And yeah, basically the benefit of using effects channels is, I've been working with a violinist, and what I found is if I create an effects channel just for the reverb, I can have a lot more control over the sound of it. Like that reverb isn't altering our violin sound as much, because like if I was to just put the reverb on the overall channel, you have a violin with reverb on. Whereas if I send it to an effects channel, I have a violin and I have a reverb. So I've still kept that violin's tone and the sound as clear as possible. Instead of having violin and reverb, it's sort of half the violin tone, half the reverb tone. I've got the full violin tone and I've got the full reverb tone. And it just mixes a lot better. And that also works with vocals as well. So stuff like reverbs, I would definitely send to an effects channel instead of putting it on the instrument channel. That's just a little tip for you. It's also another way of saving computer power, because, like, similar to the groups, I'm just putting one effect on one channel and linking these channels to the effect rather than putting multiple effects on each channel. It's quite hard to explain this one. I hope I've done a good job of it. I'm not quite sure. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Click like and subscribe if I've helped in any way. And I'll see you next time.